Okay, hey everyone. Let me get my stuff. Sorry, I've had to restart this video a couple of times. The lighting was better with my blinds open in the back, but because it's windy outside, my camera would not stay focused on me. It kept blurring out because it was picking up the movement from the trees in the backyard. So anyways, this is going to be a combo video for week 2 and week 3 of my 28-day 4-week journey to younger looking skin. And I apologize, I did not get week 2. Hold on, I need a sip of coffee. I didn't get week 2 up last week, but I was not feeling good. I had like a 4-day migraine and I was just kind of running on autopilot. So a little bit of recap. As far as week 1 went, I put my sunscreen on every day. I had to make a few tweaks and adjustments along the way. The moisturizer that I was using at the time ended up not being that compatible with using a sunscreen on it. I was really hoping to just skip using a separate moisturizer and just use the sunscreen, but my skin is still on the drier side right now, so I am still having to use an additional moisturizer. I'm hoping this summer maybe the weather will be a little nicer and warmer, and so I won't have to use both. So I did that, and that helped a lot. The other thing is, let's see, the article said that you need to use half a teaspoon. I found that ended up just being too much. It would not absorb, it wouldn't all set, it would kind of ball and pill up on my skin. A lot of that went away once I switched moisturizers, and I actually went to one that didn't have an SPF. I was just sort of using the one that I already had that had like a 20 SPF in it. So I switched to one that was just straight moisturizer. A lot of that pilling and balling up went away, but using quite that much, a full half teaspoon, I just couldn't get it all on my face and on my neck without it pilling and balling up in places every time I moved, wiped my face after I put it on to make sure that it was all set. So I'm using a little bit less. I'm probably using about half that, more no, not quite half. It's sort of probably like a third of a teaspoon, kind of in between a quarter and a half, more like a third of a teaspoon. And I used that. I had several days last week because of my migraine that I didn't wear any makeup, and I was going out taking the kids to do stuff and over the weekend. And it was really nice and really sunny here, and I didn't get a sunburn, so that's great. So that was week 1, and then into week 2, my experience with doing my sunscreen every day. So week 2, which I did do last week, and if you're kind of following along me with this journey, you can mix week 2 and week 3 together. It's really simple. It's really not gonna it's not like a huge deal if you kind of missed out. So week 2 is all about turning over a new leaf and putting yourself on an exfoliating schedule. A lot of times we exfoliate, but we don't do it on a really regular basis, and it's important to help with the turnover of new skin, the old dead skin cells to come off your skin and the new skin to be there, which is what makes you look more youthful and your skin look brighter. What I'm using right now is by Boots. It's the Boots number 7 Total Renewal Microdermabrasion Exfoliator. What I will say about this is too harsh for my skin. The article brings out to use a fine grain scrub twice a week, and it says to even either mark it on your calendar, find 2 days a week. So I'm doing Mondays and Thursdays. Those are my exfoliating days. So today's Monday, so tonight excuse me, I will be exfoliating. If you don't have a separate calendar and you have a smartphone that has a calendar on it, it actually says to set yourself a reminder on the 2 days that you're going to exfoliate, and to have the reminder pop up close to your shower or your nighttime skin regimen, whatever you're when you're cleaning your face. That way you remember on whatever days you decide, if you're following along with this, that you want to exfoliate. I just chose Mondays and Thursdays, just because I figured it's post weekend, pre weekend days, and also usually either like Friday or Sunday I'll do some kind of a mask on my face, so that way it's not like they're not sort of on top of each other. But anyways, back to this scrub. um, there are a lot of instructions that go along with this in the package. It claims that the microderm abrasion crystals are dermatological grade. This is too intense for my skin. I'm dry. I can be sensitive on top of being dry, and this is a little too much for me. If you're oily skin, if you have older, more mature skin, if you have a lot of rough texture issues, either because of a lot of sun damage or, oops, wet from being in my shower, or acne scarring, or if you have a lot of acne, this would probably be fine because it is a more intense exfoliant, and it's a little bit too much. So as far as any dry skin or sensitive skin girls out there, it's probably going to be too much. Two really good alternatives for dry sensitive skin would be Burt's Bees Citrus Facial Scrub. That one's really great. I've used that one in the past. It has very fine exfoliators, and they're very soft feeling. They almost kind of feel like squishy and rubbery kind of when you put them on your face, but when you rinse everything clean, your skin just feels really soft, and you can definitely tell that the dead skin cells have been removed. Another really good one is by Davita, who this is just my SPF, but it's the same brand, Davita. They have an aloe skin facial scrub, and the texture of the exfoliators is very similar to Burt's Bees. The difference is Burt's Bees is more, it's more of a dense scrub. It comes in a jar, and it has, I know, like different oils and stuff in it. The one by Davita is not as quite as densely packed with exfoliators, and it sits in more of a, it's more of like a gel base. So if you have oily skin, that would work too. It wouldn't bother you. The Burt's Bees Citrus might be a little too moisturizing. It may have too many oils in it if you have oilier skin. But those are two really great scrubs that I like a lot, and so I'm trying to use up my boots so that I can go out and buy, excuse me, the one by Davita, and that's the aloe facial scrub. I forget how much it retails for. I think it's maybe around the $20 range, because I think that's kind of where their skin care line starts, but it's a pretty big bottle from what I remember. Okay, so week 3, we are going on to week 3, and that is just add water. So drinking more water. We all know we should be drinking more water. We're all not, well, I'm not very good at it. I don't particularly love the way plain water tastes, so this is sort of like one of those things that I'm sort of always kind of working on it, like cutting back on other things and drinking my water. It says dry skin is old looking skin, period. That's true. You can put as many tubs of moisturizer on your face as you want, but if you're not hydrating your skin from within, it's gonna look old and wrinkled and dehydrated and gross. So, a few tips for this. The minimum amount of water that we should all be drinking to keep our skin hydrated and looking youthful and young is 32 ounces. And a water bottle, like one of those just regular water bottles, I was going to bring one out here and I forgot, is 16.9 ounces. So roughly drink 2 of those a day is how much water you want to be taking in minimum. So a few tips for this is number one, start the day by drinking a full glass of water. And if you think about it, depending on the glass size, you're looking at, well, when it says a full glass, well, it didn't say a cup. Most glasses are about 10 to 16 ounces, 16 fluid ounces, depending on the size cup you get, unless it's like a smaller one. So kind of regardless, just have a general idea of how big your cup is and just swig it down first thing in the morning to get you going. Another thing, and this is something that I'm going to be doing, is to mix it up. So get like a juice container, like to mix juice up or something like that. Fill that up with water and make spa water. You can add lemon and orange slices to it, strawberries and blueberries, pineapple, basil, cucumber, what's another good one? Kiwi. You can add that to it and sort of infuse the water that way, which is one thing I'm going to plan on doing today, is getting my pitcher full of water and put some pineapple in it. And that way it's like flavored water, but it's natural. Another thing that you can do also is get like Crystal Lite or something like that to go in your water bottles to kind of help get it down. They have this other one, I bought it and I don't have it over here. It's not by Crystal Lite, it's by another company, but it's they only have 2 flavors. It's lemonade or raspberry lemonade, and it's all natural. It's flavored with stevia instead of an artificial sweetener. It has no artificial coloring, no artificial like sweeteners or preservatives, things like that. So it's good. I got the raspberry lemonade and I made it last night and that was really good. The other thing I did is I went out and I bought like a fancy like tumbler plastic refillable cup with a straw, because I tend to drink more when I have a straw than when I don't have a straw. So I'll probably be making things up and then pouring that into my kind of to-go cup and taking it with me. The last tip that it has to get more water is to do shots. So it says you don't have to drink a full 12 ounces at a time, because it recommends drinking, I guess, for the sake of this article, a full glass is 12 ounces. So it suggests putting a water pitcher in a small glass on your desk, and every 2 to 4 hours, and drink 2 to 4 ounces every half hour. If you can remember to do that. I don't think I remember to do that. I guess maybe if you work in an office, that would be a little bit easier, but that's another tip. So that will be for this week. So if you've been following along with me on this journey this week, for week 2, since we're kind of catching up because I didn't get the video out for last week, exfoliate twice a week. Decide what days you want to do it. Either mark it on a calendar, or if you have a smartphone that has the calendar on it, set a reminder close to your shower or bedtime, routine to exfoliate on those days. And then also we're going to be doing 32 ounces of water every day this week. So if you're not a big water drinker, figure out the best way to sort of get that. Remember, it's basically 2 water bottles a day is the minimum. So we're starting with 32 ounces. So that is that. And next week, I will make sure to get week 4 in and on time, and we'll go for a few more tips, and then at the end of that week 4, what would instead of doing week 5, because there's no week 5, we'll do a full wrap up of everything that I've learned and gone through and how my skin's doing. I would have to say that this week I've noticed a change just doing the exfoliating last week, on top of the sunscreen, that my skin is looking brighter and fresher. You're not going to come into camera view? Camera can't see you. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let me finish up, okay?
Can I take a video too?
Later, okay? Let me finish this one
Can I
up.
take a monster truck video later?
Later, okay? We'll do a monster truck video, I promise, okay?
Yes!
Alright. I'm finished. Alright. So that is that, and let me know in the comments if you've been kind of doing this with me, and I know it's kind of hard because I didn't get my video in last week, but if you've kept up on your sunscreen, and if you have any questions or any more tips or ideas I can throw at you about, no, come on, let mommy finish. Let me finish. Hey, okay, enough. Let me finish, okay? And I'll be happy to kind of brainstorm some more things for you. So anyways, that is that, and I will see you next time. Bye.